Hello, so if we're going to find the medians, or the equation of medians, we're going to quickly review what a median is. It's a segment that extends from a vertex to the midpoint of the opposing side. So we'd find the midpoint of this side and connect a segment from that to the opposing vertex. So there are 3 in every triangle. And let's go ahead and find this particular median. The one, well, I guess we should label these. So let's make this point A, B, and C. Let's find the median that connects vertex C to segment AB. And so I'm going to kind of estimate real quick the midpoint of AB really quick it's kind of a rough estimate. So that's the median. And let's go ahead and find the equation of that median. Well, if I wanted to find an equation of a line, I really just need 2 points. I've already got this point here, C. Let's call this point, we might as well use M because it's the midpoint. And if I can find the coordinates of M, then I've got 2 points, and I should be able to find the equation of the line connecting them. So if you remember the midpoint, so we're after the midpoint of, in this case, segment BA, or really any segment, is the average of the x's and the average of the y's. So we're going to have the point B and A, because that's what we're trying to find the midpoint of, this segment. The x's are 2 and -2, so 2 plus a -2 divided by 2, or the average of those, so that's 0. And then 4 plus 1, so 5 over 2, or 2.5. So our midpoint here, it looks like it would be 0 and 2.5. So that's the coordinates of point M, 0, 2.5. And I'm just going to double check that. That looks about right. My estimation was pretty close. I was a little bit too far to the right. It should be maybe just a little bit further down. And so now that I have that point and the point of C, I can find the slope, finding change in y over the change in x. So I remember that slope. Oh, I'm going to confuse us if I use M again, aren't I? I'm using M for the midpoint, so I'll spell out slope. So slope is change in y, or 2.5 minus -2 over 0 minus 2. Yeah, because I'm using the point C. I had to think for a moment. So that's 4.5 over -2. And so that would be one way to express the slope, right? And that's just negative, what would that be? Let me think for a moment. Would that be a -2.25, right? 2.25? Yeah. And so from, if you do the division, 4.5 divided by 2, I believe it's 2.25. That's how I got that value right here. So now that I know the slope and 2 points, I can find the equation of the line, and I need a bit more room to do that. So bear with me on our visuals are going to shrink here. And there's a few different options. I can use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where m in this case is the slope, of course. I used m for the midpoint, so sorry about that. We could also go directly into y equals mx plus b, except we don't necessarily, because in this case, the midpoint is on the y-axis. That's pretty lucky. That's nice. So we can just go directly into that. If our y-intercept wasn't, if the midpoint wasn't on the y-intercept, we might consider using this formula. It's helpful. We could also use this one and just solve for b. There's a lot of ways you can do this. In this particular problem, I think this is going to be by far the easiest. So y is going to equal our slope, so -2 and a quarter x, and then our y-intercept was positive 2.5. So that's the equation of that particular median, the median that connected vertex C to the midpoint of segment AB. All right, thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. By the way, there's a plethora of pretty great videos on YouTube already on this, so if this wasn't what you needed, I'm sure there's some great suggestions and you can check those out.